This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are searching for two armed men who robbed an AT&T store last night. Deputies say the men entered the parish AT&T store before 10 o'clock. At least one of them was armed with a handgun and demanded cash and cell phones. They took off with multiple phones and an unknown amount of cash. If you have any information on the robbery, call the sheriff's office immediately. Sarasota police are looking for two people who may have witnessed a shooting along Main Street last Friday. The man and woman in these photos were in the area at the time. Police say Main Plaza security heard gunshots early Friday morning. Neither of the people in the photos are wanted, but investigators do want to talk to them. If anyone has information, contact Sarasota Police detectives or leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS. New developments involving a body found off Egmont Key last weekend. Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say it is not that of a missing Cortez boater. Investigators say 64-year-old William Robasek likely jumped off the Skyway Bridge. His car was found abandoned near the top of the span on November 24th. Investigators originally thought the body could be that of missing boater Fraser Horn from Cortez, who the U.S. Coast Guard has been looking for since last month, but his body has yet now to be found. State transportation officials updating Longboat Key residents on an ongoing Barrier Island traffic study last night. FDOT is looking for ways to ease traffic between the mainland and Keys in both Manatee and Sarasota counties. Traffic can back up for miles during peak tourist season on the roads and bridges leading to and from our barrier islands. Transportation officials hope this multi-year study will lead to some solutions.
What we develop is a number of alternatives from short-term implementable things like striping and pavement markings, sidewalk fixes, really small things that can really be implemented very quickly, to much longer-term possible solutions. The people who bring up the gondola to the south, or some of the water taxi things, or major improvements to the bridge, those are things that will take several years to implement.
This was the first public meeting on the Barrier Islands traffic study of what FDOT officials say will be many more. Well, bringing your Christmas tree home can be a fun family tradition around the holidays, but it can also be dangerous if not done the right way. ABC 7's Stephanie Webb joins us now with some helpful advice. Stephanie?
Now, according to AAA, road debris, including improperly secured Christmas trees, caused more than 200,000 crashes over the past 4 years. So here's what you can do this year. First, use the right vehicle, anything with a roof rack, a pickup bed, or at least a vehicle large enough to house the tree. Next, be sure to tie it down the right way.
I'd recommend a heavy twine or rope. And there's door latches on all 4 doors that you can secure it to, and do a good job that way. I wrap it around the butt of the tree on the front, and if that's secure, the back is just there to stabilize it.
Now, what about the vehicle tips? Once you secure the tree, now this is the important part, go slowly in your vehicle, maintain the speed limit, and it might be a better idea to take some of the back roads home just in case you need a little bit less traffic and there is any kind of an issue.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. An oversized gingerbread ship has dropped anchor for the holidays in the lobby of the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota. Here's your first look at this year's edible production by Chef Lindsay McDonald and her team at the Ritz. It's 21 feet long, 16 feet high, and 8 feet wide. They call it Journey of Discovery. It includes 320 pounds of gingerbread, 85 pounds of chocolate, and it took 350 hours to create. Chef Lindsay says she loves doing it.
This is my favorite part of my job. I can't believe I get paid to do this, frankly, so my team loves it. It energizes everybody, and we love having the public come in and see the crazy things that our brains can create. And this, even after we finish this year, we start going next year and talking about it, and it's even crazier. So I don't really know where the stopping point is, but we'll find it.
After the holidays, the ship will be thrown out. Chef Lindsay says it would be too stale to eat. The public, by the way, is invited to attend tonight's holiday kickoff. That includes a special visit by Santa. It goes from 5:30 until 7. Lindsay is the most creative pastry artist I've ever seen.
And such a nice person.
Noon show and creates amazing desserts for us.
Do you remember that Halloween
yes.
goblin that she created, she and her team? Unbelievable.
I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be amazing if she did it, and she and her team, just fantastic. We've got some nice weather today. It's not too bad out there, you know. It's got kind of a little more humid. I think you may have noticed that. Our winds have shifted. They're now out of the south, and that drew up the moisture and is actually led to a little bit of patchy fog this morning. Nothing really bad, but, you know, it was around. Now we have some fair weather clouds. They have a little more loft, perhaps, today than they did over the last several days, looking out to the west here at our Lakewood Ranch webcam. Temperatures are going to be hovering in the low 80s today. We're almost there with many places. It's 79, 78, temperatures like that. We do have 183 down there on Punta Gorda. You can kind of see the direction of the winds based on the movement of those cells just off the eastern seaboard. Those will probably continue to skirt the Florida peninsula. Our winds are going to be shifting a little bit more southwest this afternoon, though, and that will just continue to pump in the moisture. I think by probably tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see some thicker cloud cover around, and that's probably going to limit our temperatures just a little bit. We may even have a chance of a shower tomorrow as well, but mostly it's Friday night, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. President Trump is poised to break with almost every other nation today by recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The change threatens to jeopardize peace efforts in the Middle East and possibly spark violence against Americans across the region. ABC's Serena Marshall has more from Washington.
The sacred city of Jerusalem, now an increased security risk for U.S. personnel and their families, following a controversial political decision made in Washington.
The U.S. president did inform our president of the intention to move the embassy.
President Trump has decided to declare Jerusalem the capital of Israel and to move the U.S. embassy there from Tel Aviv. The declaration has been on the books for decades, but has been waived by all previous American administrations, until now.
The very grave consequences of such a move on the peace process, on the two-state solution, and on stability and security of the entire region.
And no other country in the world has its embassy in Jerusalem. The move is so controversial because East Jerusalem, with an Arab majority, is seen as a possible capital of a future Palestinian state, leading world leaders to criticize the president's decision. Egypt's president says the move could undermine peace opportunities. Jordan's king says it will provoke Muslims and Christians alike. The Israeli government, on the other hand,
Jerusalem is a symbol for us. It's a symbol for the nation, our nation, for thousands of years. So we don't really need this recognition in order to be here.
Other than Israel, which thinks that this move is 22 years overdue, that all of the feedback that he's been getting from world leaders is overwhelmingly negative.
And he spoke with 5 leaders. That's hardly indicative of everybody across the globe.
Various Palestinian factions have called for, quote, 3 days of rage, which has prompted a travel warning to U.S. personnel and for Americans to not go into crowds. The White House says that they don't want to preclude the possibility of a future Palestinian capital in Jerusalem and that this move will likely take years. But this is the president keeping a campaign promise. Serena Marshall, ABC News, the White House.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, it's National Influenza Awareness Week. We'll show you the best ways to avoid the flu. And if you've been thinking about starting a business here on the Suncoast, there's a workshop for you tonight. More details when we come back.
Coming up, we'll tell you what Chief DePino is like when she takes off her badge and her gun.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, ANDservices.com.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Attention travelers, next Tuesday a major hurricane will cause complete chaos throughout the city. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at air temperature almost at the 80-degree mark already, and the dew point certainly warmer than we have seen in a little while. We're in the upper 60s now, and that's pretty much completely due to the southerly wind flow that we have developed at lower levels of the atmosphere. South now at about 13, continuing to pump moisture our way, setting the stage for the transition to that cooler, drier air that's coming our way over the weekend. But first, we got to get through some rain showers, and the rain showers are going to be aided by this low-level moisture. We're going to get moisture aloft as well. But the whole atmosphere is going to get moistened as we head into the next 48 hours or so. Fort Myers coming in at 81, Naples at 80, West Palm Beach at 80, Melbourne at 81. In fact, you got an 80s basically all the way up to the border just about. But check it out. Back toward the west, current temperatures in Pensacola only 49 degrees. Panama City 58, Tallahassee 69, and then you jump to near 80 as you get into Tampa. Something going on there, right? We have a front. The front located just to our north will take its good sweet time getting here, though, where our temperatures are already in the 80s. You'd think, you know, some fronts in the winter time would take maybe 6 hours to get from the Panhandle to our area on the Sun Coast. But not this one. This one's going to take 2 days. And when it comes through, you're certainly going to notice it in terms of some cold, drizzly, and showery weather. But for the most part, that's going to occur during the overnight hours. But we could get some Friday night as well. Though radar right now pretty quiet, not seeing anything in the way of any kind of precipitation. Maybe a little bit of patchy drizzle around today in places, mostly inland, east of the interstate. But most of us won't see any rainfall whatsoever. Now, we do have some showers back to the west. In fact, we have a whole lot of showers back to the west in a trough that extends from the eastern seaboard down to the northern Gulf Coast and back toward Texas. That trough of low pressure has the surface reflection of this frontal boundary that's creating these showers. Kind of a thin wedge of air sinking southward, undercutting the warm, moist, humid air and causing it to rise, giving us all those rain showers. That will be the case over the next couple of days. We'll watch this front kind of sink southward a little more today and then basically stall out. Then eventually this little packet of energy coming out of Texas will right along that front develop into perhaps a series of low pressure areas, perhaps one off the Carolina coast, perhaps one just to our south in the Gulf waters off Naples. And that will help to drag this front through our area finally. That'll occur, as I mentioned, Friday night into Saturday day. Then winds will shift from the south to the northeast and bring in this cold air, which will bring big changes to our forecast. Mostly sunny today, a few fair weather clouds, then more clouds and thicker clouds tomorrow. We'll wait for that cold rain to come our way under cloudy skies Friday night in through Saturday morning. I know a lot of people have outdoor plans on Friday night, and that could be a problem. And then Saturday, we start to clear out and cool off. Dew point temperatures, that's the amount of moisture in the air. Obviously warm and humid with upper 60s in our area, really all the way up to Tallahassee. But then, as I mentioned, right back toward Pensacola, they drop sharply. A good indication that the front has moved through Pensacola, but not quite through Tallahassee yet. Southeast winds at about 5 knots. We're looking at temperatures today that'll be up near the 81, 82 degree mark, somewhere in there. Chance of a shower or two tomorrow. Better chance certainly Friday night into Saturday. Everything clears out on Saturday and that cold air drains in a very aggressive way with daytime highs in the mid-60s. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. Well, it's the holiday season, but it's also the beginning of peak flu season. Here's James Dinan with some tips to avoid the flu.
It's National Influenza Vaccination Week, and the Centers for Disease Control says getting the vaccine is the best way to prevent the flu. December through February is the peak flu season in the United States, but can last through May. The CDC recommends getting a yearly flu vaccine for everyone 6 months of age and older, but does not recommend the nasal spray flu vaccine. Those at the highest risk of catching the flu and developing serious flu-related complications are pregnant women, children younger than 5 years old, but especially children younger than 2 years old, and people 65 years of age and older. Be sure you are taking precautions to also avoid the virus. Avoid contact with sick people. If you do catch the flu, limit your contact with others. Cover your nose and mouth when sneezing, and wash your hands often. Enjoy this holiday season, and make sure you're protected this flu season. For today's Health Minute, I'm James Dinan.
Holiday stress can take an emotional toll on you and put your health at risk. If you find yourself stressing out this time of year, we have some tips that may help. Sweat it out. High-intensity exercise is linked to mood-enhancing benefits, such as the body releasing a chemical called endorphins, which trigger positive feelings. Try yoga or meditation to relax, or just get outside and pound the pavement. Fresh air is good for your health. Talk about stress now. Imagine bringing your Christmas tree inside and then with it hundreds of mites crawling out of it. That's what happened to a family in Maryland. The family has had live trees for the past 40 years, and in the last 3 years they've experienced 2 bug breakouts from trees that came from 2 different businesses. Pest experts recommend vigorously shaking the tree in the parking lot, letting it sit in your garage if you can for a few days, visually inspecting the tree for any pests before you buy it, and maybe use a leaf blower or pre-treating the tree before you bring it into your home.
According to Safer Brands, there could be up to 25,000 different pests in a tree. Most commonly aphids, spiders can get in, beetles.
But a lot of these tree farms where you cut your own tree, they can't afford to do that. So they're the ones where you're going to get the problems, and there has been problems.
While gross, these Christmas tree pests typically are not harmful to humans, only to the trees. You can also lay down double-sided tape around the tree to see if you have a pest problem. And always check the labels for any chemical products you use to make sure they are safe for indoors and around children and pets. All right, let's get over to the kitchen now and check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who is fixing something really delicious for us today. Judy?
This is one of those old-time recipes that I found when I was in junior high, and I believe it was a Gourmet magazine for ultimate grilled cheese. Now, if you grew up in Connecticut, you probably knew a place called Shady Glen that was known for their cheese. Left the burger, just a simple burger patty, but all the shredded goodness of the cheese went into the pan and curled up. So today, for holiday grilled cheese, I'm bringing it up all the way. I'm going to show you where you can find an inexpensive antipasto and charcuterie spread with some delicious ham. And yep, we're using butter and mayonnaise, but you gotta trust me on this, baby. It's delicious.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? you'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
ABC 7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1.
Tired, best beaches, and it soon could become home to the Vice President of the International Association of Chiefs of Police. ABC 7's Linda Carson introduces this amazing Suncoast woman.
On December 31st, Bernadette DePino will celebrate 5 years as police chief of the city of Sarasota. And now she's taking another big step.
I am running for 4th Vice President for the International Association of Chiefs of Police.
Chief DePino is well suited for the job, first by her heritage. Her great-grandfather, grandfather, father, and daughter are all police officers. And number 2, by her accomplishments here in Sarasota.
I think the thing I'm most proud of over the last 5 years is the promotion of the people within our organization, bringing people up that have worked so hard and seeing them be successful in their careers and knowing that maybe I had a small bit to do with that.
She's also worked hard to forge a strong relationship between the police and the community.
I think we're making great strides, and I see it's very promising that we continue to grow those relationships, that trust, and make those relationships strong within our community. That makes our city safer, it makes our community happier, and it makes us as police officers more satisfied in our jobs.
Chief DePino always wanted to be a police officer. She started college, got married, had a baby, and then went back to school. Her dad wanted her to become a lawyer, maybe a judge.
But I wanted to be a police officer so bad, and I heard the Baltimore County Police Department was hiring, and I told him, I said, look, Dad, I can finish my college degree while I become a police officer. They pay for your school, and the rest is history. I joined Baltimore County in 1985, and I love my job as much today as that first day that I walked into the police academy.
She often thinks of the legacy that she's building.
I want that to be the legacy that I leave for our officers, is that the relationships you have with the community and the business people, that keeps them safe, it keeps you safe, and I just think it makes a better quality of life for everybody.
And her life lesson?
If you want to do it, you can do it. Don't let anybody tell you no, and stay driven and work hard.
The election for the vice presidency of the International Association of Chiefs of Police is next October. But Chief DePino says either way, she is not leaving Sarasota. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. Let's get back over to the kitchen now. Judy Gallagher fixing one of her favorite all-time recipes. Judy?
It's ooey, it's gooey, it's buttery, and it's perfect around the holidays. You can cut this grilled cheese in quarters and just serve it with fig spread on the side and honey and apples. I have a simple spiral ham from the Fresh Market right out of the cast oven. What's great is the leftover ham. We can use some of these slices and then on Christmas actually use it. So this grilled cheese works great. What I've done is I've melted some butter, and I know you're going to question me, but you need to trust me. I mean, a gourmet magazine that gives you the tip on mayonnaise. It's all about how it adheres to moisture, similar to how we cook a lot of fish, like swordfish and thicker fillets, is with a little smear of Hellmann's mayonnaise because it brings in that cholesterol and that gooiness. So on top of this, we're gonna do a little ground Parmesan and some shredded Gruyere and Parmesan mixture, okay? Right into the butter on the pan, so try to just move that around a little bit. Then I'm gonna take slices of Gruyere and Havarti because I call those the two conflicted cheeses. One is creamy and light, and one is nutty and a little bit harder. And then let your guests have fun. Maybe it's the peppered salami, maybe it's some ham and prosciutto. It's just gonna be so good. One simple slice of ham is gonna be all you need. Now, I'm fortunate because somebody left me some diced apples. So you can either use sliced apple. I prefer the diced, to be really honest with you, because sometimes when you bite into it, you get that whole piece that's pulling on you. Then we're gonna take the next slice of bread and we're gonna do, whoops, see, I almost did it backwards. It honestly doesn't make a difference. We're gonna spread some butter. And I'm going to do unsalted butter since we have so many of the meats that are cured, so they're salty. Now we're going to take some mayonnaise and I'm going to do it all over again. So when you come back, let's show you how I'm storing it in the oven. We'll finish up some more with some fig jam and things like that, and then we'll get ready to have what I think might be some of the best grilled cheese around, and it's going to be perfect for your holiday brunch.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A push to expand gun rights is being blocked in the Florida Senate. The Senate panel voting down 3 separate gun bills yesterday, including a measure that would have lowered criminal penalties for concealed weapons permit holders who violate the ban on openly carrying guns. The vote means it's unlikely the Senate will consider any gun-related legislation in the annual session that starts next month. State Senator Greg Steube, a Suncoast Republican who has pushed dozens of gun bills the last few years and who chairs the Senate Judiciary Committee that defeated these latest measures, said after the vote that he has no plans to bring any other gun-related legislation forward. Happening today, it's Charlotte County's 13th annual Shop with a Cop event. Kids get to shop for Christmas presents in Walmart stores. More than 100 students have been chosen to receive a $100 gift card and shop with members of both Punta Gorda Police Department and Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. Items bought are then wrapped on site by volunteer elves from both departments. And then there will also be other events at Walmarts in Charlotte County throughout the day to do the same thing. The Northport High School ROTC honoring the city's police chief this morning. ROTC members holding their annual military inspection parade. Students say ROTC prepares them for life outside of school. Typically, they don't have special guests at inspection parades, but this year they decided to do something different and honor retiring police chief Kevin Vespia.
We wanted to honor him, this AMI, for his service to our community because he's been an amazing chief of police. He's been my personal role model when it comes to Northport.
I'm honored to be the chief of police. I'm honored to serve the citizens of Northport. As my tenure as chief comes to an end, someone else will come and take my place, and I hope eventually one day one of these fine folks will be in my place.
Chief Vespia had some advice for the students, telling them they can do anything they set their minds to and asked them to turn negative energy into positive energy and use that to work towards their goals. Happening today, Manatee Technical College hosting its 4th annual Career Hiring Fest and Open House. Attendees can learn more about local jobs at the event. Hiring managers from more than 50 companies will be there, and career counselors will be available to answer any questions. The event is free, and it runs from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Manatee Technical College campus. Also today, Sarasota County is holding a workshop designed to help anyone looking to start a business. The free workshop will have an overview of services and information on business regulations. There will be a panel of experts from the county that will answer any and all questions. And the workshop will be held from 4 to 5:30 at the Jacaranda Library in Venice. And a live video feed of the event will also be shown at the Selby Library in downtown Sarasota. Sarasota County Schools is hosting another digital town hall tonight. The event will talk about safety and security in Sarasota County schools and how tax dollars will be spent. During the event, viewers can ask questions in real time through Facebook and Twitter. It will stream live on Facebook, the district website as well, which is sarasotacountyschools.net from 7 to 8 p.m. A New York National Guard rescue worker is reuniting with a puppy that she saved in St. Croix after Hurricane Maria. Nate's Honor Animal Rescue hosting the reunion this morning. In October, Nate's Rescue received 24 homeless dogs and cats that were displaced by the storm. And among those animals was a litter of puppies that had been found and cared for by soldiers from the New York National Guard. One of them, Bridget Birch, quickly formed a bond with one of those puppies and vowed that when she returned to the United States, she would give that puppy a home. And today, that reunion happened, and we will have video of it coming up in our evening newscast starting at 5. John, how did she resist?
Fantastic.
I mean, that's you care for a puppy and your heart is won.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
It's all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great story. We have years and years of happiness.
Yep.
We have for us here on the Suncoast some pleasant weather today, but some people feel that may change over the next 24 hours. So. I guess it depends on your opinion of what's good and what's bad, but we're certainly going to see some rainfall coming our way and some chillier temperatures. Got a lot of people on Facebook, though, who have messaged me saying they're ready for it. They said, bring it on. Dan Weisel webcam put into motion shows some pretty blue sky out there. A lot deep blue sky and a few fair weather clouds building from time to time. Those fair weather clouds really not going to bring us any rain showers, but maybe inland you might see a little bit of patchy drizzle. Otherwise, temperatures mild today, coming in near the 80-degree mark. In 2 days, that will certainly be a thing of the past. Even tomorrow, a little increasing cloud cover already encompassing much of North Florida. Will lower our temperatures just a little bit, but no rain in today's forecast, particularly with the daytime high near 80. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes. as we review the approaching cold front and big changes in the weather. In fact, such big changes that I think it may actually anchor into place for 5-6 days in a row or maybe longer. And we'll talk all about that in a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. For the latest on what's going on the Suncoast and across the state, you can download the newest version of our news app. iPhone users will need to go to the App Store and just re-download the app, searching for WWSB or My Suncoast. You'll get that app. This Santa opted for a parachute instead of a sleigh to make a delivery to a little girl near Tampa, but the delivery took a wrong turn. He crashed into a tree and light pole before landing and breaking his leg. He was delivering toys as part of a charity event in Gulfport. The elf on a shelf he was delivering also had some minor injuries. He sported a bandaged leg while recovering with the skydiving Santa. Glad he's okay. A local fisherman dove off the Venice Pier to save a sea turtle with a hook stuck in his head. The Sarasota Herald Tribune reporting the man in the video is Austin Selby. Onlookers said the turtle wasn't happy about the contact, even diving down to the Gulf floor once. Eventually, though, with a bit of help, Selby was able to get the hook out of the turtle. Wildlife officials strongly advise to not come into contact with any sea turtles or other wildlife in distress. Call them to do it instead. Several people are hurt after a train crashes into a car in South Florida. That train hit one car on the tracks, and that started a chain reaction involving 3 other vehicles. At least 4 people were hurt with minor injuries, but everyone on board the train was safe. More wildfires are erupting in Southern California, making matters worse in a region where thousands of firefighters are battling flames and trying to save homes. Tens of thousands of residents have been evacuated so far. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is just north of Los Angeles with more.
A new fire raging in Los Angeles along the 405, closing down part of the major freeway. One of several wildfires burning in Southern California today.
Mandatory evacuation due to the fire.
The Thomas Fire in Ventura County scorching more than 55,000 acres so far. At least 150 homes and buildings damaged or destroyed, 12,000 others still at risk.
It's just devastating. This was going to be my die-in house. The only thing is the house died before I did.
The Thomas Fire so far forcing more than 27,000 people to evacuate.
The flames were so big and we just packed up and everybody's gone.
150,000 others forced to evacuate in LA County, where the Creek fires charred more than 11,000 acres. Dozens of homes there gone. Ferocious Santa Ana winds and dry conditions fueling and spreading the flames, sparking a state of emergency.
Something blew over, caught the palm trees on fire. When the palm trees caught on fire, it just started.
Firefighters desperately trying to save houses engulfed in flames. One, overcome by heat, collapsing in the street. Some residents staying behind to help with the firefight.
It's something that I never wanted to see. It's a terrible feeling.
To give you an idea of just how unpredictable these flames are, you can see this house destroyed. The one right next door, just a few feet away, untouched. And then across the street, another house burned almost entirely to the ground. These strong winds that are making these fires so difficult to contain are expected to continue for at least the next few days. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Sylmar, California.
All right, let's get back to the kitchen and check in again with ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Hi, Judy.
Hi there. Well, they're lining up around the corner for lunch, so I think that's a really good sign. So what I usually do is when you have that brownness just about there and you open it up and all the goodness of the melted cheeses are done, what I'm going to do is slide this one over to the butter, and then I'm going to bring this pan and put it in the oven. About 400 degrees, and it's just going to crisp that little bit. That's going to go fine just for about 5 minutes. But as you can see, as we just layer it out, this is the type of sandwich a half is going to do you fine. It's delicious with fresh sliced tomatoes that are coming in right now at Yoder's Produce. Fantastic. So remember, this is a perfect brunch holiday item, and you can mix and match what you're going to put inside, but break away from the traditional brie that so many people use on the holidays, and you can see the brown that's just crusting on the sides there. So one more shot in case you're just tuning in now. Little butter in the pan. Now I'm set on Hellmann's mayonnaise. I'm a New Englander, so you kind of can't mess with me there. So we just kind of dip it in some shredded Parmesan, or you can use the fully grated Parmesan, and then we do layers of, you can do Havarti. I'm doing Havarti and Gruyere because I love the complexity of both of them. And then we can take some prosciutto, and this whole plate of meats right here only costs $12.99. So to have peppered salami and capicola, it's going to be wonderful for charcuterie. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about that in the next coming weeks as we get closer, about entertaining made easy with things like charcuterie boards and not having to do the whole sit-down dinner. So if you want, put some fig jam in there, then we'll get our top piece ready to go. Keep that pan going at a good steady rate. So you want it at about, I'd say medium high. And again, we're just going to tap it into the Parmesan and tap it into the shredded, and we're just going to put that right on top. And when you come back, we're going to be able to share with you where to find this recipe and a lot more. And I think John Scalzi and a few others around here are going to be real happy with their sandwich for lunch. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at an air temperature coming in almost at 80 degrees at 79. A lot of sunshine out there and a dew point value that has risen. Dew point is 68 right now. That is pretty close to being uncomfortable. In fact, some people might already think that that's a little too high. We'll see that dew point value plummet like a rock as we head into the weekend. Very dry air coming into places, going to really just dry us out tremendously after we get a little bit of rainfall. Going to moisten things up first, though. Right now, everything's pretty quiet on radar. I got a few little blips that maybe indicate a little light drizzle around Northport. A lot of it probably not even reaching the ground, though, those echoes. Otherwise, the showers that are occurring are back to the west. They're all part of a trough of low pressure that exists from Texas all the way up to Canada, along the eastern seaboard, down through the deep south, northern Gulf Coast, back toward Texas. Those showers have little areas of enhanced rainfall activity in the whole line of showers that extends on up into Canada. And some of those little areas of enhanced rainfall activity will be moving across the state of Florida over the course of the next couple of days. One of them, I think, will hit North Florida, but then perhaps another one may influence our weather Friday night with a little bit better chance of rainfall. That little area of disturbed weather riding along this trough will probably bring us No, it could bring us as much as an inch, maybe inch and a half of rainfall over the course of Friday into Saturday. So we'll wait for that. Timing still a little bit uncertain on this one, but it does look like that by Saturday mid-morning, the frontal boundary itself will be through the state of Florida, and we'll start to clear things out just a little bit. But we will also start to cool things off pretty markedly as our southwesterly wind will by that time start turning a little bit more northwesterly, northeasterly. So mostly sunny today with some fair weather clouds around, more clouds around tomorrow and thickening cloud bases, and then that cold rain arriving as we head into Friday night. There's some cold air across the country right now. Look at 45 degrees in Memphis, even Atlanta coming in at 42. Nighttime lows in the 30s, 20s for the northern Great Lakes and for parts of the eastern Great Lakes as well as this cold air starts to slide eastward. We have across our region the bottom edge of that colder air coming our way probably on Saturday. First, the rain showers around, scattered rain showers, I think. I know a lot of Friday night activities, and they could be in jeopardy by some of these rain showers that'll be around. Hit and miss kind of showers with maybe some embedded pockets of heavier rainfall moving on through. As I mentioned, total rainfall accumulations will certainly be heaviest to our north, but even in our area, we could pick up some pockets of heavier rainfall, and by that, with little areas of low pressure, I'm talking about areas that maybe could get an inch of rainfall, inch and a quarter rainfall is certainly possible. This is through Friday afternoon. Friday night is when we expect to see the heaviest of the rains. So, expect a southeast wind today, light, 2-foot seas, light chop, nice day for boating. Winds will start to pick up tomorrow. Clouds will start to thicken. Rain showers come our way Friday night, clear out on Saturday, and we turn colder for a week, maybe two. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. The deadline to ship out your packages so they arrive before Christmas is quickly approaching. Postal Service, FedEx, UPS have released their recommended shipping dates. And for you holiday procrastinators, the very last day to mail a first-class greeting card is December 19th. You can hold off 2 more days and pay a little more by shipping Priority Express. Postal companies expect this to be the busiest shipping year yet. There's no longer a busiest day. The busy season starts 2 weeks before Christmas. And UPS is reporting deliveries are being delayed following an unexpected surge from online orders after Thanksgiving. The package delivery company expects to return to normal operations with fewer delayed shipments by the end of today. About 400 back office workers have been reassigned to sorting facilities and delivery routes, and UPS rented more trucks to deal with the increased deliveries. Customers have been complaining about delays on social media, marking a difficult start to the crucial holiday shipping season. Time magazine has named the Silence Breakers as the 2017 Person of the Year. The Silence Breakers represent the women who triggered the hashtag #MeToo national outcry over sexual harassment. The cover features actress Ashley Judd, singer Taylor Swift, activist Tarana Burke, who started the concept of #MeToo, along with a woman whose face is obscured, intended to represent the women who have yet to come forward. Times editor-in-chief said the people who spoke out about harassment have created one of the great shifts in our culture in decades. Well, the case of Oreo's mystery flavor has now been solved. The flavor? Fruity Pebbles cereal. Did you guess that? I missed it. The cookies hit store shelves back in October. Oreo held a contest to guess the flavor. They received thousands of entries from people hoping to crack the case. The $50,000 grand prize will be awarded to one lucky winner next week. Pizza Hut is trying to think outside the pizza box. The chain will start testing beer and wine delivery in certain cities. The service will debut in Phoenix, Arizona, with 6 packs of Anheuser-Busch brands. Wine delivery will roll out in Phoenix next month, but details are still up in the air on that. A spokeswoman declined to say where the pilot program will expand to after Phoenix. In case you're wondering, customers will be required to show their IDs at the door. More good news for the homeless man who used his last $20 to fill up a stranger's gas tank. The GoFundMe account that stranger started for him has now raised nearly $400,000. In addition to buying a home and eventually his dream car, he said he's donating some of the money to a Philadelphia grade school student who is helping another homeless veteran. Still to come in your Suncoast News, you won't see Russia's flag at the Winter Olympics in February. They're making history, but for the wrong reasons this time. We'll have details when we come back.
electrical or air conditioning. And Services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AND Services.com.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michaels on Ice team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and Services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AND Services.com.
I can tell you from firsthand knowledge, they're fantastic.
But tell them why you can't.
Oh, I just can't do it anymore. I'm done. They're very rich. They're very rich, but so good. I mean, the salt, the sweet, the butter, all good.
So these just came out of the oven. Let's get a shot over here. I have that classic brioche French toast. It's brioche bread that I use, thinly sliced, and it has all the delicious Gouda and Havarti and so much greatness, but it's that mayonnaise butter combination with the cheese on the outside. I think we have some happy sandwich people today.
Recipe on our website, mysuncoast.com. You gotta get this recipe. I'm telling you what, it is a crowd pleaser. Judy, thanks very much.
Thank you, my friend.
Good stuff. Scott?
All right, thank you both. The popular PBS series Antiques Roadshow will soon be making a stop in Sarasota. The network's most watched ongoing series will stop on the Suncoast on Thursday, April 12th during a 5-city tour. Admission to the event is free, but you've got to register for tickets ahead of time to be eligible, and then a random drawing will be held to see who gets a limited number of tickets in early March. For more information on how to sign up for the drawing, just look for this story on our website, mysuncoast.com. Palmetto native Willie Taggart, the new football coach at Florida State. The Manatee High School graduate coached at South Florida for 4 seasons before going to Oregon last year. He'll replace Jimbo Fisher in Tallahassee, who resigned Friday to accept the opening at Texas A&M. Taggart has a 47-50 career record and is known as a program rebuilder. Florida State is 6-6 this season and will face Southern Mississippi later this month in the Independence Bowl. The International Olympic Committee has barred Russia from the Winter Olympics this February in South Korea as punishment for the reports of athletes' drug use. But some Russian athletes who test clean will be able to take part under a neutral Olympic flag. The punishment, which will mean that no Russian athletes will compete under the country's colors, came amid intense pressure to punish the country for its alleged state-sponsored cover-up its doping of its athletes at the last games in Sochi. Beyoncé presenting Colin Kaepernick with an award at the Sports Illustrated Sportsperson of the Year ceremony. Kaepernick was honored with the 2017 Muhammad Ali Legacy Award. The former 49ers quarterback made headlines for his controversial choice to kneel during the national anthem in protest of social injustice. At the awards ceremony, Kaepernick said, quote, "With or without the NFL's platform, I will continue to work for the people." Also the Sportspersons of the Year, by the way, Jose Altuve and J.J. Watt from the baseball Houston team, the football Houston team, for their efforts to help that community after the hurricane.
Absolutely.
Well
what they did was tremendous.
Yep. Have a wonderful afternoon and a great lunch.
Yeah, I got grilled cheese for you, buddy.